Welcome to the second session of Delta Green's operation, codenamed... actually forgot, honestly, what the codename was. Because it's been some time.
Yeah, it's been.
I mean, the scenario is called Black Lillith. It's available on the Fairfield Project website. If any of you find people would like to run it, I highly recommend it. It's a very solid scenario from 2014. Anyway, we have a lot of good people here, and we shall start with Johanna, who's playing.
Alison Steele.
Yes, the CIA operative analyst.
Yes.
Rather. Yeah, with a very large bag. Apparently she can have...
Of trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently she can fit anything in that bag. Then we have Wei Shen. Actually,
Yes.
sorry. Then we have Jim, who's playing Wei Shen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct. He's lieutenant, police officer.
Mm-hmm. Crook.
Yep. Also.
Of course. And finally we have Martin. Finally we have Martin, who's playing his best friend, actually. His brother Copper.
Yes, Juan Dos Tres is a police officer originally from Miami Police Department, but now on loan to New York. And he's also a copper, but he's an all-regular good guy.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, because I forgot. You were actually a good guy, or you were a bad guy?
No, I'm a good guy. I'm a really good guy. I'm just not very competent. I'm just a bad guy. I'm a bad good guy.
Okay.
A bad good guy.
Bad
Yes.
So are you bad at being good, or good at being? I'm confused.
Yeah, that's
You are.
that's actually something that none of us really knows. And I'm going to quickly create new mission log for you, while the person who makes notes today, I really don't remember which one of you is it, can like put us to speed as to what happened last session.
Is it always me taking notes? Yes, it's always me. Isn't it?
Yes, it's always you, love.
All right.
Dodged a bullet there.
Yep.
Bastards. Anyways, I don't actually remember that much, so I'm gonna just refer to a little bit my notes last time here.
All right.
Was a huge incident in downtown New York at a fancy brothel called Uptown Ladies Lounge.
Yes.
Place was burned down, firefighters on the scene, and we were on the mission to make sure to clean it up, actually, as I remember it.
Yeah, that's right.
Found a lot of dead people with some very strange stories about how they got that way.
Yeah.
And we found an interesting Oriental office with a safe.
Yes.
Belonging to Miss Lucy Wong. She was the owner of the property. Somebody who was working with something called the Tiger Transit Company.
Precisely.
Inside this safe, we found 8 stone discs with some strange symbols. I think something incredibly nasty was going on with that thing, but reading some strange symbols there in Latin, if I remember correctly. Some notes about Adam's second wife, Black Lillith. Some madness going around, spreading to people, so we didn't actually figure out. Some madness went like flu-like and started fires all over the city. Wong, and she was drunk as hell.
Yeah.
Something happened with the discs there as we were talking to her. They began... No, actually, when the discs began to float, she went home, she said, and refused to talk anything about the discs, saying that she would be killed if she did. Yeah, that seems to be the... here. A lot of shit happened, and I'm not actually sure that really processed everything that happened, because there were a lot of strange. There was a strange history behind the discs. They were stolen from the Istanbul Archaeological Museum.
Precisely.
The curator there, and he told us about the theft, and somehow they were smuggled to the U.S., probably by the Tiger Transit Company, and they left it in the care of this Miss Wong.
Yes.
Then there was another attack in a gas station by the brothel, and then we called the curator, Celebi Hasbi, who was as hell.
Who was very old, and he was very deaf.
And he also seemed to have been married a couple of times.
Yes.
That was he's fun dude.
Yeah.
Actually, that we would need to, if I remember it correctly, we would need to spin the discs to summon Black Lillith, and then we would need to bind her. In order to bind her, we would need a female to sing a lullaby, and she would be a form, cannot be harmed by mortal means, but would be mesmerized as long as this female can sing, and then we can hurt her. But if I understood it correctly, we will only have a single instant to try and hurt her. So
yeah, we can't sing 2 times. Just work
exactly
1 time.
Yep.
And in that case, we made ourselves a little plan along with our superiors, this shadow organization for which we're presently working. And we came up with an old warehouse somewhere in Jersey. We felt that we could use it to summon Lilith. I think we set up some speaker system in a car to get Allison to sing a little lullaby for this ancient demon/god. When the demon/god was mesmerized, we would use an F-35 to bomb the shit out of it.
Yeah, actually, that's the plan. Drop a JDAM on top of her head.
I think that everybody presently now is having, at least
Second
Juan
thoughts?
here, actually confused as hell and just like basically going with the flow because you're too stupefied to do anything about it.
You're on your way to New Jersey in a car, a single car. You have the speakers. That said, you also have very little time before the F-35 will have to bugger off, because the Air Force colonel was really not cooperating, and he really didn't care that the warehouse was supposedly full of terrorists. Allegedly, of course. So, yeah, oh, and by the way, Miss, her name was Miss...
Wong? Steel?
Wong. Wong, yes? Wait a second.
You're right.
Wong, Madame Wong, yeah. Madame Wong was also killed. I'm not sure if you've mentioned this. She was killed in her apartment by probably someone dressed as a police officer, who also dropped a very nasty surprise for the first responders team there. Claymore and anti-personal mine. Fortunately, Allison was... well, she managed to spot the wire, or else all of you would be essentially just mincemeat. Yeah, the lethality roll on the Claymore, I'm not sure what it is, but I think something like probably 95 to 99%. My guesses. So yes, the Tiger Transit is covering their tracks while you are driving to Jersey. You're still in the car, so if you want to do, well, maybe create a new plan or think about the current one, do something else, then now's the time. But the
I've been thinking.
Yeah, sorry, but the clock is ticking, remember, so you're driving really fast. And, well, go nuts.
The plan was we had 2 cars, right? And we rigged one car with just speakers in order to draw Lilith. And Joanna would be singing, Allison would be singing from the other car.
No.
No?
From the same car.
Yeah. you were to place the speakers there. You had only one car. You have the speakers in the car, but you can set them up in the warehouse and
All right.
access
all right.
them via a Bluetooth microphone, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
via phone, basically.
Yeah, or just a phone, of course.
Right. And who's going to drive the other car? That's your car, right, Mr. Way?
Yeah.
So basically, I'm going to drive it.
Yeah.
Driving.
Yeah, well.
All right, cool. Any thoughts about bombing the shit out of a warehouse in the middle of New Jersey? Does the word terrorists come into mind? Actually, us being the terrorists?
I think the general public will see it like that, yes. So I've been thinking, we need to catch her in some way. But I mean, bombing, isn't that a bit extensive? Or is it just me? Isn't there any other way? Because when Allison sings, she will be stunned, right?
You will all be stunned then.
All? We also be.
No, you won't.
Oh, you're funny.
You won't. Oh, okay, so it was
Are you-
sorry.
He was joking.
All right.
I didn't understand either, so it's
You guys
okay.
you haven't heard her sing. Neither have I, of course.
But if she gets stunned by Allison's lovely voice, why don't we just put a bullet in her head? Because a bomb is effective, yes, but a bullet point blank should be sufficient, don't you think? If we have maybe shotgun at point blank, I mean, the spread on those motherfuckers.
Be told, I'm a little confused here. I mean, are we really buying into the old school Black Lillith story?
That's actually a very good question.
Trust me, we are.
No, I mean, honestly, what do we know about the people who sent us here? We don't know shit about them. We have no motivation to do whatever they are telling us. We don't know who they are, why they're doing
Allison
it.
been working for them.
Yeah.
What do you know about giant alligators?
Ma'am, I'm from Florida. I know everything there is to know about giant alligators.
Trust me, you don't. We trust the people.
Alright, I'm still not persuaded by that argument.
But she is higher ranked than us, so...
Ranked in what? She's not even a police officer.
No. But she's with those cloak and dagger people.
Cloak and dagger people. I mean, honestly, people, I'm a police officer here.
Not the
You're
lizard
acting-
people.
Cloak and dagger and scales.
Yeah.
We're gonna act like terrorists?
But if we get there, and if this Black Lillith just appears out of thin air, or whatever, we will know. And if she don't, we can call off the bombs. I think we should call off the bombs anyway, actually. But
What you guys realize is probably if you will call off the bombs, it will be impossible to recall the bird in the air. Just so you know. Because remember that initially there were supposed to be 2 F-35s, but the asshole colonel in question was such an asshole that he, recalled one, and he's trying everything in his power to, recall the other one. But just for your info, right?
Yeah.
That said, of course, for Wei and Juan, the whole situation is more than ludicrous.
It is a bit, yeah.
It's not even the bombing; it's the fact that you are supposedly hunting for some kind of a creature.
biblical. I mean, if I was to arrest somebody who's mentioned in the Bible, that seems a little bit off for me.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Should we just
Hands up, Adam.
let's just go ahead. Wait, you got behind that leaf, sir.
oh no! Don't let the snake go away.
The snake was behind all of this.
It's the
that's
progenitor of the lizard
that's
people.
true.
Yeah, I was waiting for the lizard people joke.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, but fuck it. Let's just go ahead with the plan and see how it develops, then, shall we?
But we can't do that. We need to call off the strike now because we will be caught in it.
There's a possibility, yes.
A big one.
Yes.
And a fast one.
Yeah.
I'm just having second thoughts about bombing the shit out of New York City. Can't be the only one.
But Allison, what do you think? You're the highest ranked.
Honestly, I don't know. I know this is serious, and I know we need to take it seriously. But how we're supposed to kill this creature, I don't know. We don't have that much to go on.
I think shotgun point blank.
And since it's news to our what do you
Handler?
call it? Yeah, our handler as well. We don't have much help. If it was possible not to bomb, I would think that would be the best solution. Since let's say bombs are not that very discreet.
That's kind of putting your head on the spot, yeah.
But we need to make sure she's dead. Like, really dead. Dead as dead can be, dead.
All right. Are you taking responsibility for this then?
Do you have any better suggestions?
But it won't matter because if we die, we all die, and we become like a little pieces of atoms in space.
These little pieces of atoms. I'm just thinking basically.
Or
Okay,
Adam.
I'm not gonna. I personally don't think it's gonna work out. I don't think there's gonna be an F-35. I don't think there's gonna be a bomb. So I'm willing to go ahead and just see what happens. That's what I'm thinking.
So it's all a bluff about the plane.
I mean, honestly, do you think it's? Do you really feel there's gonna be a biblical figure and a fighter jet coming in, swooping from the sky? Really?
Yes, I do.
I don't know. But also that's why I think we should call it off, because if she appears and Allison sings, then point black shotgun.
But let's do it all then. Let's buy into the story of the F-35. Let's sing us a little song. Let's squeeze off a couple of rounds into her and I say if she magically appears through the door. She's not going to be shot.
She can't be arrested. But fuck.
I'm not entirely sure I buy into that the entire black magic voodoo thing
Oh,
here.
really? You saw what happened in that brothel, and you don't believe in black
I don't
magic?
really know what I saw. I saw a lot of dead people there.
Yeah, but we also saw a bunch of dead people. We have also heard on the radio about 50 people dead, 100 wounded,
So
wildfires, everything. That's not quite the ordinary, and you don't think there's anything special going at all.
I think there's something special going on, but it's a far stretch to go to black magic, isn't it?
So what's your suggestion?
It's basically the same plan. Let's let's get ready for it and see what happens. But if she doesn't magically appear, I think we should as a real suspect instead. Am I
So then
wrong?
you think? So then you think we should just arrest her, like nothing?
Challenge her, see what happens. Take it from there, as if she were an ordinary suspect.
Oh, I hear yours title.
What are you thinking there, Wei? You're my superior
Yeah, I
in
think
every way.
we should. On one hand, I hear what you're saying, that we should go over there and see what is happening, because it as you say, it's kind of unlikely that biblical characters would just pop up and do horrible things. But I mean, Allison here, we were recruited to help her, and she has first-hand experience in this.
Right, so let's go and see what happens then.
Yeah, I think we should. But I'm really worried about that airplane. Because if that bomb goes off and we're there, we're like, well, there will be just shoes left.
Well, let me tell you, if she shows up, we're gonna be dead anyway. So let's just go there and hope for the best.
I actually heard of a priest once, and his shoes were no.
He left some shoes that are pretty hard to fill.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Well, only shoes were left of him, really.
Right, let's go to Jersey and see what happens.
Let's go.
You are entering the Jersey right now. You're driving as fast as possible without, attracting any attention from the copper, see? Because, if you would be stopped now, I mean, there wouldn't be any problems, but time is of the essence. So, you have the warehouse coordinates logged into your GPS. You still have about 15 minutes before the bombing run. Before the bombing run, sorry.
Let's do this.
Yeah, and you arrive at the place. A big abandoned warehouse, probably from 70s or 80s, surrounded by a rusty fence. There are some old, long abandoned cars standing in front of it, tow trucks, stuff like that. But most of them don't have wheels, or, well, windows, or practically anything that was salvageable. The thing is that the place is closed. The gate is closed. So are you ramming the gate, or getting out and try to open it?
I get
I'm
out
driving.
to open it.
Okay. Alison, you stop your car. Actually, I think that you weren't the driver. You were with Wei or Juan in the car, but I may be mistaken. I don't really remember. So excuse me.
I think Wei was driving in his car.
Okay.
I was driving in
going
in one car. I don't have a car.
It was so it was my car, but you were driving.
So
yeah.
So you only have one car.
Right, let's smash the gates then.
Yeah.
All right. So fuck it.
Well.
YOLO. You just smash the gate. Roll me. Vehicle. Roll. Think.
There we go.
I think
Nice.
it's called drive.
You've smashed the gate with relative ease. It was old and, decrepit. You stop with the screeching of tires right in front of the warehouse gate.
Exactly at that moment, I slowly look over to Wei, whose car this is, and I say, "Oops."
And I look back and say, that will go from your pay.
Yeah. Way always has the last laugh.
Way to go.
Way to go, yes.
Swing!
Okay. So what now? Alison, you have some nasty flashbacks to Miami because this warehouse looks rather similar to the one that you and your ex-team members, now all deceased, infiltrated in Miami.
Yeah.
This one, of course, is much bigger, but you know the similarities are here. You're like, yeah. So, through the
Yeah,
door
let's-
inside.
Somebody needs to set up the speaker system, and the other two need to check the perimeter to see that it's empty.
Remember, 15 minutes.
We're on the clock, people.
Yep.
I
We
just
start-
basically I run out and start looking for people.
Okay, you make a sweep around the warehouse. This is a big area, just so you know.
I start screaming as well. Is there anybody here? New York police officer?
All right. I am going to roll in that case. Actually, no, you roll. Luck roll.
Well, that's just a D100, right?
Yeah, it's 50-50.
50-50. Here we go. Hoorah!
As you're making your way
If
around,
it's gonna-
you're screaming at the top of your lungs, police, 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 New York police, stuff like this. Suddenly you see a disheveled man emerging from behind a couple of crates. He's a bum.
All right.
Meanwhile, Allison and Wei, you're entering the warehouse. Good news, the warehouse's door they're not there. Someone removed them, so you don't have any problems with entering inside. Inside, of course, it's old, decrepit, dusty. There's some machinery lining the walls, old, now useless, and you're not really sure for which purpose it was used originally. There is, of course, a lot of graffiti. There are empty bottles, and well, probably if you would, take a longer look, you'd probably find stuff like needles, and possibly used rubber. You're almost sure that this place was a squat at some point, and perhaps even a site for an illegal rave. Now, fortunately, there's no one here, other than you. You set up the wireless speakers.
Yes.
Alright, you do this as quickly as possible. I presume you want to make a check if they work.
Yeah.
Via
I'll just say the usual 1 2 1 2 3.
Sure. You had to amp the loudness a bit, volume a bit, sorry, but they're working very well. You hear Juan outside shouting, police, police, is anyone here? The clock is ticking, so you're actually all ready to go and move with your plan. Juan, the man, emerges. He has long hair, long beard. He's very, very, very dirty. He's like, what is this? What's this? I haven't
Sir,
done anything wrong. Leave me alone, copper.
Sir, you need to be evacuated from this place.
I'm
This
not
place
going
is being
anywhere,
demolished.
Sonny. Leave me alone.
It's a dangerous place. All right, fuck it. I move over to him and I start pushing him out. If he won't cooperate, he's gonna get handcuffs.
All right, you. Oh, he doesn't cooperate. You also feel his stench. It's
Oh, God.
it's apocalyptic.
Oh,
It's biblical.
The man almost certainly soiled himself more than once. As from the up close, you can see that his trousers are caked in dried feces.
For the love of God.
Yeah, I mean, this is this is the kind of a homeless person who's on his last last leg.
Who's
so to
really
speak.
homeless?
Yeah, you can smell you can smell alcohol from him. You can smell just vomit. His eyes are yellow. His eyes are literally yellow, which means that his liver is failing.
Oh.
He's like, oh, leave me alone. This is my place. You're not going to kick me out of it. And
This place is being demolished. You need to leave now. I'm just basically pushing his arms up on his back and moving him out of here.
he's not. I mean, he's kind of trying to resist you, but he's so weak that you have no problems with just moving him towards the gate. Of course, he's like dropping slurs on you, racial slurs, which I'm not going to say here. He's like spitting. He's like, leave me alone, you fascist pig. Stuff
Sir,
like,
thank you, sir.
stuff like that. All right, Wei and Allison. What about you? The speakers are working. You have less than 10 minutes. And you hear commotion from outside, actually.
I ready up.
You ready what, exactly?
I draw my gun and ready up.
Alright, you draw your Glock. Sure. Allison?
I don't do much.
Okay.
I'm just moving towards the car, so we're ready to go.
Yeah, but you remember how you are supposed to summon Lilith, right?
Yeah,
You need to
with the discs and
Yes.
start the thing.
Yeah.
So I guess I go to the car and I pick up the disc.
I guess that you would have discs on yourself. So
Yeah.
you can make it
Then I'll just
spin
look
the
at
disc.
the others and say that I'm doing it.
At way, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that way.
Alright.
So I spin the discs and I start to sing, I guess. I'm not gonna sing here though, because then you're all gonna be deaf.
Nice try. You gotta sing. You gotta sing.
Actually,
Oh, no.
it's even in the scenario. You have to LARP it.
What?
Yeah. Must be LARPed. Live action delays are mapped into game time delays. No, just kidding, Joanna. If you don't want to sing, you don't have to.
I would prefer not to.
All right, no worries. You take out the discs, you spin them. Wait, you cover her, right, with the
Yes.
Spin
Yep.
that shit.
gun. Juan, you are moving the bomb to the gate. He's like, all right, I'm going. Leave me alone. It's just
Yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
throw him out. I haven't even realized that they have started with the things in there. So I'm just basically moving back towards the car and looking around for any more people.
All right. You do know that you have very little time left. Oh, I actually haven't asked you, but I guess that the car is on, like the engine is running.
We leave the engine running with the keys in the ignition,
Yeah.
of course.
Alison, you begin to sing and spin one of the discs gently.
Yeah.
They actually spin very easily for something very, very old. And suddenly
And
you
Sony.
see that they begin to, the disc that you spin begins to float. It flew from your hand and begins to float in the air for a few seconds. Wait, you see this?
Holy
Which
Mother of God.
means that you and Alison will need to make me a sound check, but just a second. As you do this, you also see one thing. Shadows emerge in vicinity, even though the warehouse is very well lit. You hear a tittering sound, and a voice in your heads. Lilith is coming. Lilith is coming. And Juan, you hear that too. You even notice the shadows outside. Shadows, cast by the car, cast by the containers outside, by the machinery. You've noticed with the corner of your eye that the bum stopped, like cocked his head, and then just, begin begin to run away. Just
Good move, sir. I run to the car.
all right. So all of you actually make me a sun check, starting with Juan.
Yeah.
You've passed.
Cool.
Then we have Wei.
Hey, to go.
And then we have
Dang.
Allison.
Besides,
Yeah, Allison also passed. Which means that all of you only lose one.
1 point of sanity.
Yeah.
I thought you said Juan.
No. One.
We all lose 1. Shit! He them dead.
Wei and Allison, you're standing in the warehouse. Allison, the disc floated back down on your open palm.
Yeah.
And you see that suddenly she's there, standing a few meters from you.
Then I start singing.
She emerged completely out of thin air. There were no fireworks, no pyrotechnics. One second, empty space. The other second, an ancient, naked woman, extremely elderly, with elongated limbs and fingers. One thing that you've noticed, and it actually you've connected that to professor's what was his name?
Celebi Haspi.
Celebi absurd speech. She has a very long purple tongue, but she also has very long claws. She looks at you with midnight black eyes. Allison, you begin to sing, but you also see something from one of the most ancient of human mythologies. While you, Wei, you see a monster made flesh. Black Lillith cocks her head slightly to the side and looks at both of you. You begin to sing, Allison. But first, both of you make me sanity roll. Not you, Juan, since you're outside. Alright, Wei, you've passed. So in that case, Allison, that's the important roll. Fortunately, you only lose 2, while you, Wei, lose 1. Allison, you've steeled yourself. You vowed never to see anything like that situation in Miami again, and you begin to sing a light, calming lullaby. You sing, and you see that when you begin to sing, she essentially becomes mesmerized, and she just, slightly moves her tongue from left to right, and just moves her head to your tune. And you think that you even hear her like
Sing along.
Yeah, but you can also feel that this is doing something strange to you. You feel like you are kinda losing yourself by doing this thing. But this creature, whatever it is, whether it is really biblical Adam's other wife, or something completely different, you see that it's working for now. But you also know that the F-35 is probably almost above the target position right now. So
Can I back away?
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Because I presume that you're singing with the speakers active and your phone active.
Yeah.
You can move without any problems. You can even run if you wish so.
Then I back away quickly.
All right. Wei, what about you?
I was about to do something stupid. But no, I will keep my gun aimed at her.
All right.
And I will walk at the same pace as Allison and cover Allison.
you two just emerge from the warehouse very fast. Juan, you see that Alison and Wei run out of the warehouse. Alison is singing to her phone some kind of a lullaby. Honestly, that's actually rather funny. And they are, they are just showing you to get to the car.
Right, I'm in the car. I've got it started up.
You all also think that you hear jet engine from high above.
Shit.
Yeah.
I just continue singing. I just singing.
All right. You jump into the car. You open ignition. You press. You activate the ignition. Who's driving?
I'm driving.
Roll me drive test.
Crap. It can only go well, right?
Nice. No, not nice. But
Not nice,
not nice.
But
could I?
It's not. No, it's
nice playing with you guys.
No, it actually it wasn't hard. So relax. If it would be, for example, if it would be night and a muddy road, you all were, I don't know, wounded or drunk, sure, you wouldn't pass. But with current situation, and since your car is not a total wreck, after the funny thing, the ignition didn't start it immediately, and you were all like, "Oh!" Alison, you've almost dropped the lullaby, but you're just keep on singing because you are honestly afraid what would happen if you would stop. Fortunately, Juan finally starts the car, reverses through the broken down gate, speeds away.
Rah!
You're driving as fast as you can from the place. You hear a jet engine above you, just screaming through the air. Nothing happened?
Didn't happen.
The explosion hit you.
Oh, thanks.
Suddenly there was light and there was sound. In the mirrors, in the back mirrors, you saw a huge fireball just engulfing the warehouse and the whole complex, and then the shockwave hit you. Shockwave hit you hard. Just whoop. One more roll from Juan.
Go. Yeah.
The car jumped into the air. Like you were driving, suddenly the car just tilted forward. Hard. Skidded. Fell on all four tires. Began to spin, and smashed into a streetlight. The airbags opened, all of them. You are all just sitting there with your ears ringing. You're like, the time passes by. You then begin to hear something in the distance, and you realize that it's sirens.
Okay.
All of you open your eyes. Of course, you have the shaken vision effect. Miraculously, all of you are fine. You can feel some bruises here and there. Probably you will ache for a couple of next days, and you are of course fighting with the airbags. That probably saved your lives, if not your bones. And
Of course, check around to see if everybody is okay.
Everyone is okay. Of course, everyone is like, the car, however, is not okay. The car is, and I'm not even going to pretend otherwise, fucked. The
I
My
look at
Dodge
Way and I
Ram.
say,
yeah,
"Oops."
the one side has been completely bent, and miraculously, it was bent in such a place that no one was sitting right next to it, or otherwise they would be smashed. Half of the windows are just gone. The engine is smoking, and one of the wheel axis is essentially gone because the car is tilted. It's standing on like 4 wheels, but it's tilted to one side. And a couple 100 meters from you, you just see inferno and black smoke shooting into the air. Alison is still
Alright.
holding the phone in her hand, but there is no signal. So I guess you just press the red button and cancel the call.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first responders arrive shortly after and get you out, get you all out of the car. They, they give you, they apply first aid to you, basic first aid. And they ask you if you want to go to the hospital. A lot of ambulances and fire trucks are passing you by and driving towards the the bombing site, the bomb site, essentially, as well as police cars. There are even a few choppers flying overhead. Some of them probably news choppers, while others are, police helicopters. So my question is,
Just say we should try to slip away as quietly as possible. I say.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
Just make ourselves scarce.
yeah, Alison, by the way, your phone has rung a couple of times, but you honestly weren't able to pick it up. You were still in this state of shock and just being shaken by the whole ordeal.
All right.
You can slip away without any problems. I mean, if the paramedics do not force you to go to the hospital. They just
Excellent.
apply first aid, and then if you want to go, you can go. After all, these are the United States, so you are free to do whatever you want.
I'm thinking, Way, perhaps you should call and report the car as stolen.
Yes, I will do that. So I pick up my phone and I call it in stolen.
All right, you pick up your phone as you all hop away from the paramedics. You report the stolen car.
Yeah.
They of course
And
tell you that they will, look into it. They will take care of it. Sure.
Yeah, and when I call it in, I say that I've been outside of town and I took the train. I make up some kind of story that I actually left my car some days ago, and I've been away.
Okay. No problem. So after that, Alison, you probably finally answered the phone.
Yeah.
It's the handler. Miss Still, are you alright?
We're all right. All three of us.
Oh, thank God. The pilot told me that the effect on target was good. There's nothing left there. Good job, Miss Still. You've saved a lot of lives now.
Well, let's hope so.
I've consulted a couple of people about this this whole situation. They do agree that probably there was nothing left of that creature. Good job. Damn good job.
Thank you.
Only Alison heard that, unfortunately. You can debrief your team. Now, rest. You've earned it. I'll call you eventually.
All right.
Give them my sincere thanks and tell them that They did their country proud.
I will, sir.
Over and out. Beep,
Over and
beep,
out.
beep.
And I tell them what he said, that we've done a good job, and that the pilot said that the damage on the target was
Total.
yeah, and that we did our country proud.
Oh, so it actually existed. That creature, I mean, it was something out of a horror movie. And I heard some voices in my head. Have you, Allison, have you met some of these monstrosities before? I mean, you must have.
I have.
How could you? I mean, how do you cope?
You don't.
Oh, I see. And Juan,
Yeah.
you will pay for my next Dodge Ram.
On a cop's pay? Come on, man. You've got insurance, haven't you?
Yeah, but you will pay.
I grin, knowing full well that of course I won't.
And Wei is actually smiling at him while he says this.
All right.
So he understands that he's joking.
Yeah,
He's just
sure.
pulling his leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys, I didn't see what you saw in the warehouse there. I just
You just
that it was worth it.
yeah it was you did vanish. One more time. What did you say?
I just basically hope that it was worth it.
Yeah, I hope so. That monstrosity, man. It was not from this world. That much I know.
Alison, come again.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry. I thought that you were saying something, but your mic was doing funny things. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, that's it. This operation has been concluded.
And we succeeded for one.
Yay! Yeah.
That's not a selling argument if you want us to remain with this organization. We actually won once.
There's a first time for everything.
Well, I guess that Alison isn't saying like, yeah, first time we did it.
No.
Finally, my helpers lived.
Yeah, Operation Godhammer was a complete success.
Yay!
Found the code word.
Yeah, the code word. Of course, only Alison, only you know the code word, and only you were debriefed by your handler after that. He, because you had to get back the discs to him.
Yeah.
All 8 of them. He also told you that they will be looking into the Tiger Transit company, but as he said it's not that easy. And I presume that you've also told him about Marley Simmons.
Yes.
The ex-CIA operative who supposedly stole the discs.
Yes, I did tell him.
Yeah. He actually told you that the discs were stolen from a safety deposit box at the Apple Bank for savings in New York, and that there were a couple of robbers. The thing is that except for Marley, all of them were found dead. And as it turned out, they weren't killed by the security or the cops, because this was a loud robbery. This wasn't, a clandestine infiltration. They just shot up a bank. Now the thing is that Marley's partners were killed by something, not by someone. So he told you to be very careful, because Simmons is apparently she's as he put it, she's apparently in the game herself.
All right.
And he of course told you that from now on Mr. Shen and Mr. Dostres are your new official team.
Yep.
And that you are of course still their commanding field officer. So that was it.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very.
So a few weeks passed, and you can now use the downtime if you wish between operations.
Yeah, I really need to get back to sanity, but I don't remember how we did it.
I'm going to tell you. Oh, by the way, you automatically get back, all of you, 10 sanity points.
Oh yeah.
Sanity points. Then I don't need to do that.
Because you've successfully finished the mission, and you haven't killed any innocents for once. Nah, just
Wasn't
kidding.
me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the mission was a full success. So that means that you can now fulfill responsibilities, go to therapy, improve a stat or skill. Also, remind me, Alison, you have some Mythos books with you, on you?
Yeah.
So you can study the unnatural if you wish so.
Yes, I do
Alright, so you...
do that.
That said, that will reduce a bond by 1d4, you know that.
Yeah, but fuck my father.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, so let's
He
start...
was a dick anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start from left to right. Juan, what do you want to do in your downtime? Oh, only 2 weeks passed. Let's just say, but 2 weeks is enough.
Ain't that easy. I don't actually. I would like to study the unnatural, but I don't have a source. I'm thinking. I don't know what the special training thing does. I'm not sure I understand that one.
Where is it? Special training, I mean.
It's in personal pursuits. It's towards the end. I don't have the book in front of me, but there's something called special training. I'm just thinking of bettering myself in some way here.
Well, special
'cause
training probably means training in something that you normally would not know. So, for example, in your case, you're a police officer, so that would probably mean learning, I don't know, to fire.
Accounting.
Yeah, accounting or fire, a handheld rocket launcher, stuff like that.
No, I'm gonna work on improving skills, and based on the last mission here, I'm gonna really go down to working out. I'm thinking just something physical, like there's not really a good skill for it, I guess. But something physical, athletics. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Athletics.
Just running around like Rocky Balboa and doing one-arm push-ups all over town.
Sure. So, which bond do you want to, take this off from?
That's right. I just have one bond, and it's my Hispanic grandmother, Rosalinda.
All right. So you neglect your grandmother a bit to essentially become a Chad. Okay.
So correct.
Good life choices.
And I'm gonna roll for the athletics.
Yes, and you need to fail.
Over, right, in order to get a D10.
Oh, you
Right?
failed. You've actually botched. So
That doesn't help
yeah.
me, does it?
No, not really. Just you can add now plus one d10
D10.
to the skill.
All right, so we go here, and we go for a D10. Smack.
Oh, so all
Well,
right,
I'm happy.
sure. You're getting in shape. Now
Looking buff.
yeah. Now we have Wei Shen. What do you want to do?
Actually, I don't know because I realize that I haven't gotten any bonds for
Oh.
this character. I actually forgot to come up with some bonds, but I could think.
Let's.
I mean, I have mentioned my brother in my backstory, so I could put him down as a bond.
Sounds good.
So yes, I write brother. I will come up with name later.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I meet up for dinner with him,
Mm-hmm.
and we talk about old times. We don't get into all the crazy stuff I've been involved with, and neither about his criminal kind of lifestyle. And we just talk and laugh and talk about our grandmother and our parents when they were alive, and I actually think I can roll for Humit maybe on that one.
Or you can improve your bond with your brother. That works.
Yeah, I could improve my bond with my brother because bonds restore sanity.
Oh, you get bonds, so you can project sanity losses onto bonds as you play, but you have a maximum of bonding with. The maximum is your current charisma.
Oh, my character's charisma. Oh, so the score, right?
Yeah, so if you haven't actually used your bond, you have your maximum value presently. So maybe improving the bond doesn't do anything for you.
No, because I have 10, and my charisma is 10.
Exactly. So that won't help.
So that won't help. And maybe we're reminiscent and we go out and have a fun day at the shooting range while we talk.
Mm-hmm.
So I can maybe get some points in firearms.
Okay. So you deduce a single point from this bond, and you try to improve your firearms. Roll.
Firearms, shoof.
Nice.
Well,
1d10.
1d10.
2. Nice.
Welcome to the land of 2.
52.
Finally, we have Allison.
Yep.
So?
And I wanted to get better at or know more about the natural.
Alright. So you study the books that you've managed to acquire, the notes more. Like
yes.
it. I think that you've already read through the notes from Miami.
Yep.
So you gather everything you can. For example, you try to find everything you can about this whole Black Lillith. You know, about other stuff. You search through the internet. You've become quite good at it, so you kind of know where to look, even though not all of it is legal stuff, and you know it.
Yep.
Dark web, here we go.
Yeah, essentially something like dark web. So in that case, you will deduce 1d4 from one of your bond, from your father's bond, and then only one.
Bam.
Not bad. And then you will. Where's the? Can someone please tell me what's how you acquire the unnatural? I never had it before.
You have it's the same skill as in Call of Cthulhu, but it's called something else there. It's you basically the book has a set value of what it's worth. So it's like this book will give you a D8 of
Okay.
unnatural and cost you perhaps a
Oh.
D6 of sanity or something like that.
Okay, so in that case, I actually have something here.
Ooh.
Roll 1d8, please.
Rolla a 1d8. Rolla 1d8.
Ocho.
1.
I get a 1. Again.
You get
Juano.
you get +1 occult.
Congratulations.
That's not bad.
Boop, boop.
It is actually.
Well,
But thanks for trying.
I mean 2 is not much better, let's be honest.
It's twice as good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm being an asshole.
100% more.
Be back in a second. Wait a second.
The lizard people!
They took him! They took our GM! No!
We gotta get out of here now.
What can happen to you?
Listen to me. They take our GM now.
Oh
It's
my
late.
god, that one is so cute.
Yeah.
Boom.
Right? So
I'm
we
here.
won. There, welcome
Hey!
back.
Did you
The
fight
lizard-
off the lizard people?
Yeah, had to lock her in a closet. She
Oh.
was being very, very persistent with. Well, doesn't matter. Stay in the closet, please. Mm. No, in reality, I had just to grab something to drink. Right, 2 weeks have passed. 2 weeks during which Shen, your insurance company, of course, told you that you will gain the appropriate refund for what happened to your car that was mysteriously found crashed in New Jersey by probably some hoodlums.
Boy Riders.
Yeah. You and Juan continue to work in your precinct, but honestly, nothing in the police force can even come close to what you've experienced before. Alison, you've returned to your office, but you are still mainly doing well. You are an analyst, so you're just working from behind the desk.
Yeah.
And are you looking for any info about this Marley woman?
Yeah, I guess so. I try to figure out as much as possible.
Okay. Well, as I've told you before, you've heard of her because she's kind of known. 27 years old, very capable, but she was also always a bit off, if you know what I mean. So
Okay.
it wasn't a surprise that she eventually snapped. That said, you would never imagine that she could, dabble in such things. Miss Simmons is actually you've asked a bit in and around your office. Miss Simmons is being searched for by the CIA, but so far they had absolutely zero success in finding her.
Okay.
That said, she's connected to the bank robbery. Because she apparently, she participated in it, shot 2 of her associates, which to not be completely true, and stole some very expensive items from the vault, which you also know about, naturally.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 weeks later, you received a call from the, well, actually, a message, an encrypted email from your handler to gather your team and meet him in Central Park. In a secluded location. In 2 hours from receiving this mail.
2 hours?
Mm-hmm. That should be enough for all of you to, well, for you to reach your team or your team to reach you, and then.
Yeah, but we all get the message, right?
Yeah.
Or just
You gather your team.
You gather your team, and then all of you move there.
Yep.
So.
What time of day is this, basically?
Let's just say this is the middle of the week.
Okay. I'm thinking it's probably a work day, so I'm gonna go in the police cruiser, wearing my uniform.
Okay. What about you, Wei?
Actually, I'm a lieutenant, so I dress like
Or
a civilian.
Yeah.
And I have my badge on around my neck.
Okay. You meet before and drive there, or do you just, actually, that's a question to Alison. If you tell them where to meet, or do you all meet before?
No, we meet.
Okay. So you meet on the town, all 3 of you. It's very early, actually. It's like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys,
I pick him up, I guess, because you weren't driving, Allison, unless I missed my guess. And Way, well, you don't have a car, so let's go in the cruiser, shall we?
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's nice. Basically, the I can actually drive into Central Park and park somewhere close.
Cool.
Do you tell them anything during the trip? Or just keep them in the dark?
I don't think I tell them anything special.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say that we are cold.
Okay. Well, boys, it looks like you're on the menu again. You know that when Alison calls, things are about to...
Bad.
Yeah, are about to go down. Or get bad. I'm not really sure how you are supposed to say it.
And I think that Wei actually has been kind of waiting for the call. He has it's been hard for him to shake the feelings from last mission about the unnatural monster and everything.
Wei saw the monster. Juan only heard it in his head, or heard something.
Yeah.
So
thought I heard something.
Yeah. So or thought you heard something. So Wei, you don't really have that big of a connection with Juan about that thing, because he wasn't there, so to speak. You were there, Alison was there, but Juan didn't saw the monster, so it's a completely different experience for you.
Yeah.
You eventually drive by right next to Central Park, exit the car, pay of course, the required fee, parking fee.
Oh,
it's a very
I'm in
nice.
the police.
Yeah, it's a
It's
very
a police
nice
cruiser.
Oh, it's a police cruiser, so you don't pay the fee. Sorry. It's a very nice day. It's slightly cold, but it's actually sunny. As you move through the Central Park, you of course pass many young mothers with their children, in the baby carriers. Is that the word? Right? You know what I mean? Yeah.
A stroller, maybe?
Strollers, yes. You pass some joggers, students from New York University just studying feverishly, trying to earn as best grades as possible. You actually think that those people are somewhat really lucky that they don't know certain things.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, well, they just they just look so innocent, honestly. Alison, you especially, you kinda envy some of them. But eventually you reach a small gazebo some distance away from one of the lanes, and there's the handler there, dressed as usual. This black leather jacket, combat pants. You can actually see the contours of a shoulder holster under the jacket. He's got black aviator shades, and he reads something on a tablet. But when you approach, he immediately gets up. Miss Steele. He shakes your hand. Well, actually extends your hand to shake it.
Yeah, I send my hand and shake it back.
Of course, he doesn't shake it like like he wants, like he would shake a hand of a of a male colleague, so to speak. It's more of a gentle shake, but you get the.
I shake it properly.
Oh, in that case, he kind of tightens the grip, but not too much. You kind of have a feeling that he's sort of a gentlemanly figure, but that he also is not really sure how to fully interact with you. It's like he never worked, as funny as that might say, it's like he never worked with a woman before. He's like, well, very nice to meet you, Miss Steele. Lieutenant Shen, welcome. He shakes your hand.
I also shake his hand.
And
I stand a little bit away from him, actually, not too close to the other guys. I have my thumbs put down in my gun belts, and I'm just hanging around the area, looking a little bit more inconspicuous, since I'm actually in a police uniform.
All right. What's your rank? You're a police.
I'm a beat cop.
So you're like.
I'm just a constable.
All right. Mr. Distress, please join us. The area is secure. Don't worry.
Yes, I step up.
Secured. We are. There are few jammers pointed our way, so no one will be even able to hear us. And I have a few of my men covering the area, so you don't have to worry about anything. Right, I'll get to the point, since the time is short. You will go to Edmond, Montana. We have a situation there. Some time ago, our task force took down an occult artifact company that was sending certain items that are not really supposed to be obtained by anyone, and we are now in the process of hunting down their last shipments. One of these items is a Russian icon that is rumored to allow the owner to communicate with the spirit of Rasputin. So they say. The icon was shipped to the city of Edmond in Montana, and I want you to recover it, and also to find out to whom it was shipped actually. Now, the artifact shop that we've took down was named Timeless Treasures. It was taken down in a raid. No survivors there, fortunately. But unfortunately, a number of shipments were sent out before the raid, and one of which went to a PO box in a city near them. Now, I want this to be very clear. I know that Silva wasn't exactly keen on this kind of operating procedures. I want you to retrieve this shipment through any means necessary, Miss Steele. This means that deadly force is authorized, and you can take off the white gloves.
All right.
You boys have a problem with killing innocent people?
Yeah.
Tough shit. You might need to.
But are they really innocent if we would have to kill them?
Well, actually, Alison here, sorry, Miss Steele, here could tell you about her ex-colleague. He shot a cop. Funnily enough.
Jesus.
My predecessor berated him for it. Now, I do not, of course, condone shooting cops, nor do I condone shooting innocent people. That said, when I've reviewed the situation, you know what I found? That he was right. That's the thing. Sometimes you need to do bad shit. I'm asking you this, Shen and Dostress, because I don't want any unpleasant surprises during my operations. I want to know that you guys are ready to do what's necessary to finish the mission. And I know you're policemen, so you probably have a higher moral code than most of us. So I want to make sure that if the situation will require it, you won't hesitate to put 2 in the chest and 1 in the head of Granny Smith, who would be, unfortunately, a witness to one of our actions.
Yeah, I look disturbed, but I don't actually say anything.
He looks at you, so I guess that's a yes. And you, Shen?
Jesus Christ, man.
You have some shit behind your ears. Do not pretend otherwise.
Yeah, but that was undercover shit, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Who are you trying to fool?
Okay, yeah.
I saw guys like
meant-
you in Afghanistan and Iraq. They have policemen there as well. They also have dirty cops there as well. Look, I don't even mind. As long as you're not crossing the line too much, you can cross the line.
Fine, I'm in.
Excellent. So, Miss Steele, and he hands you a note.
Thank you.
The recipient's address was John Smith, P.O. Box 483 in Edmond. It's obviously, of course, a fake name. You will need to determine the real one. Payment was made through an anonymous online payment system that is untraceable, unfortunately, even for us. Dark web shit, stuff like that. The item itself, it is a Russian icon that can supposedly be used to contact the spirit of Rasputin. I want to ask you, Miss Steele, but you guys know who Rasputin was, right? No, it's not vodka, by the way.
But the spirit of Rasputin?
Rasputin, yeah. Rasputin was a priest, a Russian priest, in the early 20th century. He supposedly was immortal, or actually he was a magician, stuff like that. There are a lot of things concerning this guy. Now, what I want to know is that is this icon actually legitimate? That's why I want you to obtain it by any means necessary. It might be just a useless piece of wood. In that case, hey, nothing bad happens, right? But it also might be legitimate, in which case we need to have it. Now, there's a general description here at the bottom of the document that I've given you. The icon is supposedly a piece of polished wood, about 9 inches by 1 foot. The front contains a painting of and I quote, disturbing humanoid creature. The back is supposedly blank. It's very old. Very, very old. Probably, well, at the very least it would be more than a century old. Perhaps it's even older.
Okay.
You probably won't have any trouble identifying it once you see it. So that's it. I want you to get to Edmond as fast as possible. Do this job, then come back in one piece. Oh, boys, I've already told this to Miss Steele. By the way, stellar job with the warehouse. I think only there were some lightly wounded people from the shockwave, stuff like that, but no fatalities, fortunately. You did well. Good job. Any questions?
No, sir.
Excellent. Any questions, Juan?
No. I'm just assuming that we can easily go away from our daily jobs.
Yes. You don't have to worry about that, actually.
We're on the task force now.
Yeah. Oh,
Good.
you are in a very important task force now. Your job of catching robbers, robbing convenience stores is really less than important compared to what we do, as you've probably already noticed.
Right, then I'm good.
Excellent. Miss Steele, you are once again commanding officer during this operation. You have full control. You have any questions for me? Or can I handle you the tickets to Edmond?
I just extend my hand to take the ticket, and I'll say I just answer that we'll be in touch.
Excellent. Here, free tickets. Bus.
Sorry.
Bus.
Yes, bus. Greyhound.
I was just laughing. I'm actually laughing because it's imperative, and he calls in the Air Force and bombs a major unit, and we get the bus. What the fuck, man?
It's a joke to him, man. We're nothing
You
more
don't
than a
need
joke.
You don't need to show your passport, but
One thing, you don't have to show your passport. Second thing, Edmond doesn't have an airstrip. If you would have a more advanced military training, I could probably arrange for a halo jump over the place, but alas, you don't. So Greyhound it is. Sorry. I know it's not glamorous, but you will at least be able to, read a book during the trip.
God, my ass is gonna be so sore from a bus trip. I mean, how long is it? 48 hours?
Nah, it will be faster. Well, kind of faster. Like I said,
right.
Get a good book.
Maybe I will have time to read this Shadow over Innsmouth.
Ho ho ho!
Oh,
Oh, Miss Steele, as usual, any piece of evidence connected to what is to be retrieved by any means necessary.
of course.
If you'll be able to, you'll answer, if your team has any questions, you'll answer all of them. They've already been blooded. They can learn a little bit more. So, your bus is leaving in 1 hour from now. Actually, no, sorry, 2 hours. You still have time to pack your things. I wish you all good luck. The contact number is as usual, Miss Steele. Have a fine day.
Thank you.
See you later. And he,
Yeah.
takes the tablet, puts it in his pocket, and whistling some merry tune just walks away.
Right.
well, he seemed like a stand-up fellow.
I gotta get to the cop station and bag.
And what?
I gotta drop by the police cruiser back at the station and change into my normal gear.
Alright, let's do that and we'll meet at the bus station.
Alright, sweet. 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
You know where Montana is, by the way. It's
Yeah,
northwestern United States.
Exactly. It's about halfway across the world.
Yeah. So yes, you will unfortunately need to drive there in a Greyhound. So I would like to each of you to tell me what are you leaving, what are you taking with you. Remember, Juan and Shen, that you're not on assignment here, which means that you can't really take your, on-the-job weapons with you.
Oh.
So starting from Juan.
Yeah, I'm taking just clothes and my personal gear, which includes my personal revolver, a Police 38 Special,
Mm-hmm.
2 speed loaders, a flashlight, and then a couple of crappy books to read, and that's basically it.
Okay. Wei, what about you?
I grabbed my emergency bag from back when I was undercover.
Mm-hmm.
So I have an unregistered Glock
Mm-hmm.
in the bag, and I also have a burner phone, a Kevlar vest, lockpick, emergency bag. No, that's and a first responder medical kit
Okay.
and a large flashlight.
And a few books as well, probably.
Yeah, no, I have audiobooks on my smartphone.
Okay. Alison?
Yeah, I'm still Mary Poppins, so I bring my handbag.
Okay, so you have everything you need. Now, since you are
Yeah, some extra clothes, my Beretta,
Pepper
like
spray.
Swiss Army knife, pepper spray,
Okay.
Which
camping
time of
knife,
year? Which time of
flashlight.
year is this?
What?
What date, more or less? Which time of year is this?
I think it was supposed to be summer, I believe,
Right. Excellent.
or early autumn, some like very early autumn. So
Right. Late summer.
yeah, late summer. So it's still pretty warm, and since you are going west, well, northwest, you guess that it will be pretty warm there as well. Montana is a very heavily forested state, and they have lots of mountains and lakes there. So, so even though it is late summer, it's still probably a good idea to take a sweater or two, maybe a hoodie, just to be sure. You all meet like half an hour before the bus actually leaves. You all meet on the station.
Yep.
You hop into the bus with other people. The bus is when it leaves, it's full, and you drive towards your destination.
This is gonna be true horror.
Yeah, this.
I think that the bus ride is gonna be the biggest sanity roll that we ever make.
I honestly think that it takes at least 2 days for you to reach the place, or maybe a day. I'm not sure.
I think it takes about 30 plus hours to drive from New York to Montana.
Yeah, so it takes more than a day to reach this place. Of course, the trip was uneventful, other than that your backsides are hurting, your backs are hurting. The whole trip. The only food that you've been able to eat is some, well,
Snacks and sandwiches.
snacks and sandwiches, bought at gas stations and diners. So really nothing too fancy.
Ending food.
Of course, there are kids on the bus, so that's
So it's not pleasant.
yeah, that's always fun.
Screaming, crying.
Some of the people are listening to their music too loud. Some of the people are speaking on the phone too loud. Others are arguing.
Screaming children.
Yes. You're just like...
Roll for sanity.
Actually, the most irritating part is probably that Juan is kind of made for these environments. So he's really irritating in that he likes the people around him. He actually talks to somebody. He can watch their kids. He can play with the kids when they're cranky. And
he's one of those. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so you see that Juan is actually socializing with others.
And I say to Allison, and that's why I get more paid than he does.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you all have different seats. You're not sitting right next to each other.
I text Allison that.
Allison, you guess that it's for security reasons, just to be sure.
Yeah. So we don't discuss anything.
during the trip.
You can write to each other, or you can discuss during the stops. Naturally, the bus is driving almost non-stop. So, for example, you've slept on the bus, which I don't need to tell you how pleasant it is. But yeah, you can discuss if you want to discuss things. You can do that. Sure, you just discuss things during stops, or via a text.
I'm not texting or offering any information. I'm just basically very interested in that. Guys, we're going past Cleveland. And then, guys, we're now driving through Michigan. Here's Chicago. Have you seen Chicago? I've never been to Chicago. Then we were in South Dakota, and I'm like, oh, happy days. Montana's beautiful. We're going to go to Shoshone National Forest and Yellowstone National Park. I'm just basically a tourist.
And then his voice blurs out by the music.
Fade to
from my
black.
phone. Yeah.
Shen, the asshole, pulls out the phone and just blasts some loud music.
No. I actually use my headphones.
Oh, okay.
So I blur out everything.
Okay. That's. A
I'm during the trip. I
Mhm.
think I will start looking into the address with the fake name.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Was that a box address or?
PO
was it,
Box 483, John Smith.
John Smith, PO Box 483.
It's just the post office box at the local post office station.
Yeah.
Gonna go there first, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm just looking up what post office we're supposed to go to and like that.
There's only one post office in the city of Edmond, actually, and you've checked on Google Maps. It's a small brick building, so that's at least good. By the way, Edmond is not a big city. It's a small city.
Lovely.
At least there won't be any problem with reaching place B from place A in any in any time at all. Of course, there are also.
Is there any hotel?
Yes, there are hotels. There are motels. There's even Airbnb. So you have options, but there are motels, mostly. And the place is very pleasant to look at. It's surrounded by forests, of course, low hills. There's a lake nearby. It will be a nice change from the usual, New York concrete jungle environment. So yeah, that's it. 30 plus hours. It takes you 30 plus hours to reach the fucking place. And at the end of this journey, you are all seriously fed up. You don't get why the handler didn't manage to obtain a jet or a helicopter or whatever. Maybe this is some kind of test. You're not sure. Maybe he's just an asshole. But yeah, when you get up at the bus stop in Edmond, you can feel every single muscle and bone in your bodies. It's like, ugh. And you know, by the way, 30 plus hours with people, with a bunch of people on the bus who don't shower, and there's not always a chance to stop for a toilet break. Yeah, fun times.
The best part is
Yeah.
we get to do this going back as well.
Yes. Yes. Oh, by the way, but
No.
you will need to secure tickets back. You know, with your own funds. Alison, you guess that you will be refunded, but since you don't know how long it will take you to do
Exactly.
this, yeah, you will need to buy tickets back by yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's very early. It's practically 7 a.m. when you get out of the bus. The air is cold, but you can also smell pine in the air. The air is fresh. That's the best thing about it. It's fresh. You can just smell this fantastic fresh nature smell all around you. It is seriously reinvigorating.
This is nice.
Yeah. So my question is naturally, where to first? The people
To the post office.
to the post office. Right.
We walk in a single file.
Very well. You move to the post office, and you approach it very easily. You don't even need to ask anyone for directions because, like I said, Edmond is small, and by the way, you have mobile phones, so you can just use your GPS. The Edmond post office is a small brick building. As you enter it, you see a flurry of activity with one worker, male, standing behind the counter helping customers, and another, female, dressed probably like a manager, furiously working in the back. You can all roll idea rolls. You don't have to worry about botches here, by the way.
Says
Nice?
Roll an intelligence.
it's intelligence times 5.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I do?
The time there's a dice marker between. If you look at intelligence,
Yeah.
and
What
just
do
to
we
the right,
need to roll intelligence for?
idea roll.
Idea roll. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Way past. Nice.
Way to go.
And finally, we have Alison. It's very obvious to you that those people are seriously overworked. This post office doesn't look like it's operating, at the maximum capacity.
That's odd.
Yeah. So my question is, what now? You can see that. Oh, also you can see that the customers here, well, people who came to the post office, are all nervous and they are obviously irritated that it will take so long for them to be to be taken care of. You can hear some grumbling coming from them. Grumble, grumble.
What do we do? Do we pull badges? What do you say, Allison?
Actually, that's my question to Wei and Juan. Do you have your badges with you?
I didn't.
Yeah, of course, always.
Juan has. Wei?
No,
Okay, so only Juan has his badge.
because we were not in duty.
Even a police officer off duty is supposed to have his badge with him.
Not an undercover one.
There's no such thing.
Alison, do you have your CIA, license thingy with you, or
Always.
always? Okay, so you can. So you're a spook who can be identified. Okay. yeah, so you are standing in the post office. You see that a lot is going on. The poor man behind the counter is like, yes, thank you. Have a nice day. I'm sorry. Next, please. Yes, hello, Miss Sobchak. Oh, of course, yes. I will check it out. Yes. You know, he's
I'm gonna strike up a conversation with somebody who's standing in line,
Mm-hmm.
like an old lady or something, and just nod at the place and it's like, "Wow, this place is crazy. What's going on here?"
Oh, it sure is, Sonny, she says. Wow, Mitchell here. He has a lot on his hands, and Susan is not looking too good either, eh? I
Oh,
guess
that's true.
they are the only two workers today now. Actually, they are the only two workers for a few days now. People are upset, and rightly
Yeah,
so.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Why are they so understaffed?
I don't know. Perhaps something happened. Something happened, and you know, they need to work twice as hard. I'm not really sure.
Probably cutbacks, I guess. Well, thanks anyway.
Cutbacks. You only hear about cutbacks, but you never hear about cutting taxes, eh?
Oh, that's right. Ain't that the damn truth?
Mm-hmm.
Back to the others. I have no idea what's going on.
Allison had been like trying to hear what they said. So she asked him but she said that they have been only two people for a short while now. But I wonder if someone like disappeared or like why they are so few in the post office.
Okay, in that case, you need to roll me, I guess, human intelligence probably is in
Sure.
order. The rest of you can also roll if you wish so.
Excellent.
Nice. Alison passed. Juan passed. And
Should I also roll?
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I did not realize because I wasn't interacting with.
All right. Well, you don't really know what happened. Apparently, there is supposed to be a third worker, post office worker, and he's not here, obviously. You can hear that a lot of people are complaining because their packages are not arriving, even though they've received messages that they've been actually, you know, picked up from the post office, but they weren't picked up by them. What this means is that, you know, someone probably stole them, and a lot of people here are angry because of that. You know, people saying that, well, I've waited like few weeks for this Amazon order, or you know, a month and so for this AliExpress order, stuff like that. And you know, I've received a message that it was picked up, but I haven't picked it up. What is the meaning of this? Is this a joke? You know, stuff like this. You also you've also found out that the man's name is, like I said, is Mitchell, while the woman,
Susan.
she's a manager and she's named Susan Freckley. Both of them look haggard and overworked and very, very stressed. So, you have this
Right.
knowledge.
Has anyone some idea? If not, and we're just supposed to wait, I think I'll just grab my laptop and like search for information. If it has been a theft, post office in Edmonton.
Come again?
If we, yeah, I just wanted to check on the laptop or on my phone if I could find some easy information about if something's happened at the post office in Edmonton.
Okay, so use your computer skills, please.
Is that that's sign in? Is it?
Computer science, I think.
Yeah.
Computer science.
No,
Ooh.
very nice.
Dang.
Actually, no. You don't find anything about any kind of theft. You know, like, I mean, no one like informed the police about it. No one, you know, just sued the post office. But on the Edmond Facebook group, on the Edmond City Facebook group, people do write that, you know, first it was one person, then there were like 3 people complaining that their packages have not arrived at their doorstep, even though they've received messages that they were picked up. But then more and more people began to complain. So yeah, that's what you've discovered, Alison.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check my phone to see if there's an office for the U.S. Postal Inspection Service anywhere near Edmonton.
Actually,
The
no.
agency. All right.
Unfortunately, no.
Is there a ability that you might use bureaucracy to get in touch with some kind of postal inspector in charge of these things?
You're not sure if the, you know, post office workers actually informed a postage inspector. They probably didn't, because it would mean trouble for them. You guess that in those type of cases, you know, the postal workers, the post workers usually try to
Cover it up.
Yeah, no, I mean, take care of them by themselves or cover them up. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
The thing is that both Mitchell and Susan don't exactly look like they are crooked. They honestly look like people who are also very surprised by this whole situation, and
Overworked.
they do everything they can to actually help their fellow Edmonders.
We play. Should we play the cop card, or what do we do? Yes.
Good question.
Yeah.
I guess that you are standing in the line, or not?
We're not really in line. We're just standing around the
Okay.
post office watching the scene, I think.
Okay.
What do you say, Miss Steele? Should we go like full disclosure here, playing the cop card and asking them what's happening, or we should wait until close? No, we can't wait until closing. There's a time delay. What do you say, ma'am?
I don't know. Yeah. I guess we can ask them if what's going on as cops. It would be nice to have something more to go on, because if we release, like, if we don't dig more into this here, where are we supposed to go? Like, we don't have that much more information.
Well, yeah, you kind of need the, you know, the info about the owner of the PO Box 483.
Yeah.
Alison,
So we can 483.
Yeah.
So we can ask about that box, I guess.
Right. That's
and
gonna
spin it like it's a police investigation.
It's gonna piss people off if we take one of these 2 overworked people out of line, though. Here.
Yeah.
Do you
but
think so? If things are missing and the people believe that the police are working into it?
All right. Should I go get something started here? That is a quiet consent.
Yeah.
I'll just push past the. I'll hang my police badge around my neck and keep my jacket a little bit open so that it's visible, and just move past the queue over to the manager, Susan.
People, of course, are, you know, very angry at you. Hey, get in the line! Get in line! What are you doing? We are standing here
Right.
too.
Yeah, it's official business. Calm down.
Official business, my ass. You know, stuff like this. But of course, when they see the badge, they don't do anything stupid. You approach the woman. She looks at you. She's middle-aged. You know, has lush auburn hair. She's not exactly very pretty, but she's also not any kind of hag. She honestly has very nice eyes, very warm, very kind. She looks at you, but
Pretty.
they are also very tired looking.
Mrs. Frickley.
Yeah, you can even see her, her plaque on her left, on the left of her jacket, which says Susan Freckley, manager. Oh, police officer. Welcome. Please, how can I help you? As you can see, we are kinda overworked.
I fully understand that, and I'm sorry for delaying the customers here, but we need to speak as soon as possible, somewhere a little bit more quietly.
All right, we can speak there. Oh, by the way, all of you can roll listen, except for you, Juan. So only Wei and Alison can roll listen checks.
There's not really any listen, is there?
Wei,
Yeah.
you can roll listen.
Oh.
Yeah, but what's that?
Oh,
There's not
yeah.
really a...
Actually, maybe
I guess it should be in that case.
stealth.
no-
Alertness, I guess.
Yeah, alertness.
Yeah, alertness.
Mm-hmm.
Alert.
I'm not very alert.
No,
There. I am. I think.
yeah. So you've heard Mitchell trying to placate a woman who is actually complaining that a package of hers is shown as being delivered 2 weeks ago, but she never received it. That's actually that was the first time that you've heard, one of those people complain about this thing. Juan, you move with Susan to the side. She looks at you. I really need to get back to my work, so please, detective, ask your questions, and I need to get back. As you can see, we have our hands full with my colleague Mitchell.
I understand that, and there's, of course, we're trying actually to help you here, so I would appreciate it if you could take the time.
Yes.
My name is Juan Dostres, and I'm a police officer, as you hear, and we are actually investigating one package, but it's probably linked to the incident that's occurring here.
Yes.
Package that is involved in an investigation, which I need to trace through you.
I presume that you have a warrant.
No, we do not have a warrant at this time because it's an active investigation. Of course, if you cooperate, we can probably help you out with your business as well.
Fast talk her.
And of course, it's not called Fast Talk in Delta Green. What could it be?
I'm going to check it.
It'd be Persuade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, very nice. She looks at you. You can see that she's actually battling within herself, if she's supposed to do this. Very well. If you can help us with this whole mess, I may as well help you. What do you need to know?
Right. There was a package delivered here to a post office box listed as number 483. I think the name is, of course, John Smith, not saying anything.
Uh-huh.
All the information that you could possibly get on that shipment.
Let me wait here. I will quickly check this out.
Thank you so much, Susan. I appreciate it.
She disappears behind back. Meanwhile, Alison and Wei, you're just waiting for Juan to do his magic, right? Alison, Wei?
Oh, you broke up. What did you say?
Are you waiting for Juan to do his thing, or are you doing something else meanwhile?
No, I'm waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also waiting.
Okay.
He seems to be pretty sure about a thing.
All right. Juan, after essentially a minute and a half, Susan emerges from out back, moving very quickly to you with a registration card for the PO box. Here, she gives it to you. This PO box belongs to Benjamin Hale.
Benjamin Hale.
Yes, it actually shows a number. I've also printed history for you, the delivery history for you. From the last few months, a number of packages was delivered to him, and the last one was 5 days ago from a place named Timeless Treasures. However, it was marked as delivered and picked up, just so you know.
Same as I guess that everybody here has a problem with packages being marked delivered.
Yes.
There's something going on. What can you tell me about this?
I don't know. We are trying to figure it out. Look, if that's all, I need to get back to work. As you can see, only me and my colleague are. We are really overworked.
Right, ma'am. Tell you what. Here's my card. I give her my calling card. If anything else comes up, or if anything else comes to mind, you just give me a call, and we'll try to help you out, ma'am.
Very well. Thank you. Have a nice day. And she
You
just,
too.
moves back to help Mitchell. You have the register card. Sorry. So I guess
move over to the other guys.
Yeah, you move back to Allison and Wei.
All right, we got a name.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Benjamin Hale. He had a lot of packages delivered here. Last one from Timeless Treasures. I guess that's the one. So we need to find Benjamin Hale. On the phone?
Yeah, we could check him on the internet. Let's see.
Yeah, I can search on the computer.
Thank you. You seem to have the skill.
You don't need to roll, Allison. You make a quick search. It turns out that Benjamin Hale lives in Edmond, in a third floor apartment, actually. Not far from here. Well, everywhere in Edmond is not far from here.
All right, let's walk over there, shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
How do we want to handle the?
Let's go.
How do we handle him then? Do an official.
We could go with the same approach. You come in as an officer.
Yeah, we can also say that one part of the reason we take contact is that people have lost their packages, even if it said that they're signed and picked up, and we just ask them.
Basically, if I understand this correctly, Benjamin Hale he had ordered this icon from Timeless Treasures.
Yeah.
They tried delivering it, but somebody else probably picked it up. So he's missing his icon, and he wants it probably found, right? Would that be correct? What do you guys think?
Yeah, it sounds.
Or
reasonable.
maybe, probably, or he got his icon.
Looking at the registry cards, the last... Oh, yeah. This problem at the post office started occurring 2 weeks ago. Heard you guys talking about. Not meta playing at all. And his package was supposed to be delivered 5 days ago. So the problem was in effect.
Okay.
We could say that we're postal inspectors.
Doesn't postal inspectors have official clothing when they?
No, actually, they are more or less like detectives. There are, of course, different kinds of them, but
Oh, okay.
it's a federal investigation service in the States.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe that's a good idea, actually. Because if he didn't get this package, he would be very cooperative with those
Yeah.
people?
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. Should we go for that?
Yeah,
I
sure.
think so.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Just
It's a
flash
really
it
good
back.
one.
All right, so we move over. We walk over to the apartment then.
So we approach the apartment building. Okay. No worries. It's just a few minutes walk from where you were. Sorry.
Yes.
The air is cold. It's fresh. You see that? Yeah, there's the apartment building. It's only 3 stories up. In Edmond, most of the buildings are not high. They're rather low. It's also rather well taken care of.
Nice.
You can enter the top floor from the outside. Like, there's on each floor there's like a walkway.
Yeah.
And you can reach it from the outside, not only from the inside. You have, of course, the apartment number, so there's no problem with that. Eventually, you stand before the door leading to the apartment of Benjamin Hale.
Cool. Miss Steele, do you want to lead?
I can do it, or I think you did a good job. You?
Should we all enter at the same time? I mean, 3 postal inspectors? Should maybe just 2 of us go in there? And
Yeah, sure.
so
Right.
maybe me and Juan?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Oh, and Juan, don't forget to hide your badge.
I'm just gonna flash it. It might look as like a postal inspector badge.
Ah, the old quick flash trick.
Yes, indeed, my good man.
You have been watching those Rush Hour movies, haven't you?
I see you know it well.
Yeah, all the time, man.
Alison, you see that Wei and Juan are nerding out.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I'm just rolling my eyes.
Yeah.
About comedy cop movies.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay. You knock at the door. After a few seconds, you hear a voice. Yeah, who is it?
Postal Inspection Service.
Go away.
It's about your package, sir.
You hear silence, and then the door opens slightly. You see that it's on a chain, locked from the inside. You see a face, a disheveled face, rather unpleasant, and also unshaved, belonging to a middle-aged man who looks at you very suspiciously. Yes?
Hello, sir. We're from the United States Postal Service. I just briefly flashed the badge. And this is concerning a package which was 5 days ago.
You have taken it, haven't you, you bastards?
I'm sorry.
I knew it. I knew it. You can never trust the government.
Actually, sir, we're from the Postal Service and we're investigating what seems to be a major theft ring.
Yeah, I bet. I know how you work. You low down.
Hey, guy. Do you want your package back, or what seems to be the problem here? We're actually trying to help you.
Yeah, sure you are. Government dogs. Go away.
Sir, we can try to help you if you just let us in and let us talk
Fuck
to you.
off. He closes the door.
I would like, before he closes the door, I would like to ravel
important.
some kind of bureaucracy stuff and talk like I know exactly everything about
Okay, roll
this
faster,
kind of stuff.
which is in that case persuasion, but it's hard roll.
Fast time persuade. Okay. Nope.
He closes the door.
Fuck.
And you hear scram!
That worked well.
I whisper to Juan. Should we just smack the door open?
Is actually what I'm thinking as well.
You
I'm gonna
mean
try one
like
again.
full Rush Hour 2 moment? Just BAM!
Give me one attempt. One more attempt. I knock at the door again and I say, "Sir, in federal law and the investigation of postal crime is actually a crime in itself. We require you to give witness."
Not you, Alison, because you're standing some distance away. Wei and Juan, roll for listen.
Alertness.
Yeah.
Alertness, yes. Go.
Okay. Oh.
Damn, I'm deaf. No! No!
Success for
No!
me.
It's a fumble, no!
Yeah. Juan, when you've told him, when you've spoke that, out loud, you suddenly hear that, it's like he's saying something back to you, but that's the strange thing. It sounds like he's chanting.
Oh, fuck.
Oh fuck. Crap. Break the door open.
Yeah. That said,
That's what you get for fumble rolls.
that said, Wei is kind of leaning in to, listen better to this whole thing.
No.
And now I will need to ask you how magic works here.
No, not
I have
magic.
no idea. I can't help you out there. I have no idea.
So
I think it's...
I quickly need to open my book. Actually, we'll be ending in a few minutes, I think, because it's really late here.
Let's go with the cliffhanger here then.
Okay.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, I think that's actually a better idea. Everyone's cool with that?
Yeah, so it's gonna be a cliffhanger. What happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you Wei,
So,
you don't hear
Wei-
anything, but Juan, that's the first that's like the first thing that you think about when you hear Hale speaking back to you, that he's chanting. No, you hear something like something like this. It's if it would be your
Fuck.
first time, you would probably think that he's just mad. But you were already on one up with those guys. And
Actually, I can see the scene in front of me here. You can see Wei Shen pressing his ear towards the door,
Yeah.
and he's not hearing anything. And from the corner of his eye, he can see just me being terrified and pulling out my gun
yeah.
and aiming more or less at him.
Then I
Alison,
look over at him and I think, fuck.
Alison, you can also see that Shen is essentially, just trying to hear something, but Juan just froze, and he reaches for his weapon, and that's it for
For
today. Yeah.
Bye bye. See you next time.
Yeah. See you next time. Okay, guys. So we've finished one scenario. We've started second scenario,
Cool.
which is called Special Delivery, by the way. It's also
Nice name.
yeah.
Appropriate.
It's also, of course, from the Fairfield project, so if anyone wants to check the site, I highly recommend that you do. And I will actually be able to learn about magic stuff. I've read about this today a bit, but I didn't really get much. Other than that, you're probably not supposed to use magic in Delta Green, just as
Yeah,
in
but-
Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, because it has a good effect for the chanter, but there's also a greater negative effect.
Yeah.
I think that's the trade-off for the mythos.
For everyone.
And actually, Delta Green looks very negatively at their agents using hypergeometry, which is magic in this setting.
Yeah.
Like there are two schools. There's a school that well, if you need to, okay, but only if you need to, and there's a school of please report to the little black room after that.
Oof. Oof.
Because
Well-
the whole thing about Delta Green is to maintaining the lie. If the agent, even knowing what's going on there, actively uses something that discredits the lie, then it potentially means that he can, turn tables, essentially, and get on the side of the enemy. That's why it's so frowned upon. Not only that, but magic in both systems, like in Call of Cthulhu and Delta Green, just drains your sanity very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Okay, guys. Thank you for today's game.
Oh,
It was
Thank
good.
you.
It was very
It
good.
was fun.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
as
It
we-
was
uh,
nice it was a long time last time, so it's really nice.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was. Next time like I said, I'll make Doodle probably for maybe at the end of October we'll be able to play. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting married in a less than a week. Well, no, actually.
we're not talking about the not the
Nice.
lizard in the closet.
Yes. So
No, that's the best man.
yeah, the lizard man.
Congratulations, then I say.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
congrats, man.
Yeah. It's,
All right, so good. So we'll keep a lookout for the doodle, and we'll expect to see some wedding photos here or on Facebook.
There will be wedding photos, there will be doodle, and if anything, then I'll just pester you on our messenger group, if anything.
Good.
That sounds excellent.
Sure.
Good.
Take care, people.
Take care.
It was lovely playing with
Take
you.
care.
Yeah, it
and
was.
All right,
Thank
good
you.
night.
Good night. See you later.
Night and night.
Yeah.
Mighty.